Hey guys, what is up? Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone's having an amazing day because I'm as usual. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Turbo. It's been a while since we have seen such excitement in the market. We are seeing Turbo pump. We are seeing a lot of these fudders and haters and so on disappear. We're destroying them. Guys, I am so happy. I can't even explain to you because of the fact that we are finally starting to move. Those that managed to load up in the dips, guys, what can I say? You are superstars, absolute superstars. But even though you may have been buying at all-time highs, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I'm going to talk about the future of Turbo, what is happening, and you will understand that wherever you bought and at whatever position you're sitting at, whether it's a loss or a profit, you're going to be making more money. That's it. Because everything that I say really does come into reality. I have managed to predict so many coins in the past, and I'm telling you right now that Turbo is one that really sparks my attention. One that I believe has immense potential, one that could break all-time highs for, the altcoin season and go so much further than we could have ever predicted. So, as I said many times, Turbo is the golden star. It has not been easy to cover it when it was going down. I was accused of everything. I think any influencer of Turbo was thrown into the dungeons. We were absolutely getting destroyed. But guess what? We just had to go through these moments. We had to be patient. I understood people were sad, and I get it. A lot of people are very new in crypto, so they don't understand how it works. They think when it goes down, it's the end of the coin, which is absolutely wrong. You know why it's wrong? It's because everything was going down. It's not the end of crypto, right? It's not the end of crypto. It's just a moment we were in. The whole market wasn't really looking that great. When the whole trade dispute situation with many countries started, when Trump started imposing the tariffs, obviously it's going to, create some bearish sentiments and everything's going to go down. But guess what? We're starting to pump. Why? Well, I believe that the UK deal is very significant. I know it's only one deal and there are many other countries that need to be dealt with. But the good thing about the UK is that it has willingly accepted the new trade deal. I believe both will be winning out of it, and the UK is a major power hub. Like, it is a very strong country economically with a lot of influence. So if they accept it, others will start accepting. The most important thing right now, I believe, for the US to do is just to get a few of these countries, big ones, on board, and then the others will just follow. It's going to create a dominoes effect. So that is very nice. Okay, we're also going to get some really nice announcements in the future. I believe, like, the interest rates will be cut. Right now, of course, with Jerome Powell, Trump, there are some disagreements and so on, but I think everything is going to be settled in the end. It can't last for eternity, right? It can't last forever. At some point, you will always find these solutions. Simple as that. But you know what? The market right now is rallying. We're seeing ETH really starting to pump. Bitcoin is passing its 100K. I've also said in the past that when Ethereum starts breaking its all-time highs, you're going to see the whole, meme coin market go absolutely crazy, bonkers, like insane. And I would really be holding Turbo when it goes that wild. If you see the vision for Turbo, a coin that has managed to get listed everywhere, a coin that has managed to create so many partnerships, a coin that, is really making some serious moves on the scene and everybody's starting to spot it, then you're in the right space if you do believe in it and if you're a part of it. Now, if we go on Etherscan, it's important to look at the amount of holders. Guys, the holders have been increasing, 54.6K holders. That's very nice. We're on the journey to 100K. I do believe, like, if the market is very positive, we could potentially close the whole year with around, 100K holders, which would be absolutely insane. Everybody's talking about Turbo. I think a lot of investors are starting to understand that Turbo is perfect. It's ready for the altcoin season. The only thing that was holding it back was the market. But guess what? The whole market was pushing everything down. It wasn't just a Turbo thing. Everything was down. All the biggest coins, any coin you can think of, with a reputable reputation, was down. was that everything was down. It wasn't a Turbo thing, because Turbo itself has managed to tick all the boxes. It looks perfect on paper, right? So as I've said, let ETH break out, okay, break past 4K, and it is going to be wild, guys. I don't care too much about Bitcoin. I believe Bitcoin's dominance is going to start going down soon. But when Ethereum's dominance starts going up, and when we're seeing, all that money going to Ethereum and after the altcoins, wow, it is going to go wild. Now, looking at the indexes, the greed index, the fear and greed, that is very, very important. We need to check it out. We need to have a look at it and actually understand. So we need to look at obviously the altcoin season index. Very important. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's waiting for the altcoin. That is going to be the major moves. I mean, now we're seeing some nice pumps, 20, 30, 40, 50%, but that is nothing compared to what we're going to be seeing when the altcoin season comes. And it is looking very nice. We're slowly starting to move close to the altcoin season. So as you guys can see, the circle is moving, which is very, very nice. Some of the biggest performers are meme coins here, which is very nice. So the meme coin industry is a massive. The fear and index, look at this, greed 71. So people are really throwing in the money. They are not afraid. Okay, they're getting greedy, and that is what I'm liking. It really restores the psychological morale of people. I know that the smart money, the best of the best, probably would have liked Turbo and everything else to dip even more, because they just have this crazy long-term vision. But I believe, for all the new people that came into crypto, they need some relief. And I believe that this pump that we're seeing with Turbo is their relief. Because sometimes it can be difficult to go months and months. You start questioning whether this can ever actually move. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It is all recovering. It is letting the market know that, hey, it can move. We can move. It was never a Turbo thing. It was never like a thing just purely to do with Turbo. Like, everything was just down. So hopefully we can go past all-time highs. I really want Turbo to break 1 billion market cap. Because, the moment it breaks the 1 billion market cap level, that's a psychological level. That's a level where, the whales feel confident and way more relaxed to invest big sums of money. It's harder for them to invest into things that are lower than 1 billion, because they're putting in millions and millions of dollars. It's not easy. But when you can put your money into something that's over 1 billion, that kind of gives you that assurance, like, hey, this is massive. Like, this is a massive coin. It can never make a loss at this point in an altcoin season situation. But also it just gives you that safety net. So really hope that it can go to 1 billion market cap. Guys, I really am so proud of what is going on. Social media pumping. We are on the road to 200k followers, I believe. Don't forget, humble beginnings. All started with just $69 budget, and now look how far we went with this. And the team is just going mental now, really pushing out, really getting the people to see what this is all about. And I am trying to follow Turbo as much as possible. We have a lot of influencers here that are discussing Turbo, which is nice. Okay, they are pushing the community. There are a lot of AMAs, like really massive ones on massive platforms. So this is a community that now is, really getting some beautiful light shining on it. And the exchanges are listing it. Every exchange is trying to get in, because they understand that there's a lot of volume that Turbo can produce. I mean, Turbo itself is doing like insane numbers in terms of volume. Look at this, 147 million. Like, this is all very, very big, 200 million, but it's going to be doing like 1 billion. At some point, it was doing these type of numbers, like a few months ago. Like, it was really high up there. Lots and lots of transactions are going through. The exchanges are obviously happy about this, because they're making money from trading fees. And, this is just going to be a patience game. From now on, we're just waiting for the big moment. And Turbo is going to take over. And don't forget, Turbo really does depend on Ethereum, because it's built on Ethereum. So guess what? Ethereum's moving. People are starting to really get happy. Look at this. I promised if Ethereum pumps back to 2,000, I'll brighten up someone's day with 10 ETH, $20,000. So Mr. Crypto Whale, hey, is making some promises. There are a lot of people making these type of promises. Why? Because they know Ethereum is going to go up, right? The recent ETH rally is just a start. I'm certain that Ethereum is going above 12,000 in 2025. Here are the reasons. Most institutional adoption among alts, leader in RWA, DeFi and stablecoins, approval of ETH ETFs, staking soon, huge token burn since Pectra upgrade, risk on environment later this year as Fed and other central banks will pivot. You're not bullish enough on ETH. That is a very good point. Look at ETH, guys. We have bottomed out, and now we are ready to go back up, and we are going to levels that we can't even imagine. When it starts really rallying, guess who it's dragging with it? Turbo and all the other coins. So there are so many Turbo holders, and they are very excited about this. Oh, I cannot wait. So happy, so grateful, and the future just looks brighter and brighter and brighter. And believe me, when these trade deals start coming through, right, when we're seeing more bullish news, economic news, Turbo is set to break 1 billion market cap. Easy, guys. So let's keep the sentiment the same. Perhaps we could see a little dip, in the next few days, because things have really started rallying, going up. It can never go up and up and up every single day. At some point, it will go down, but that's fine. Okay, you can just load up DCA and just carry on. Don't stop. And also, guys, I am going to make it clear, I want to produce as many videos on Turbo. Don't think I disappeared. I was just traveling, doing some things. But I'm back at it, and I'm very, very excited, especially because of how it's moving. So happy to make these fudders and haters, quiet. What are they going to say now? They're going to call Turbo a scam? Come on, give me a break. We all know that it is the end of them, and now it is our turn to actually start screenshotting and posting our balances and getting really excited about this. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.
Hey, attention crypto gossipators, things are about to get interesting. Remember, not financial advice.